Hey, I'm Ryan from draftyourbid.com, and today we're talking about how to write a proposal for a small business or startup client. By the end, you'll know how to win smaller clients without overwhelming them or underselling yourself. Let's get into it. Let me start with a mistake I see constantly. A freelancer lands a promising call with a 10-person startup, gets excited, and sends over a 20-page consultant's proposal, the kind you'd write for a FTSE 100 company. Executive summary, detailed methodology, team bias, appendices, the works. And the founder never replies. Why? Because that proposal didn't impress them, it intimidated them. Proposals written for big companies simply don't work for small businesses. The budgets are smaller, the decisions are faster and more personal, and the things that build trust are completely different. So let's talk about how to do it right. First, understand who you're actually selling to, because the SMB buyer is a different animal. In a large organization, your proposal gets evaluated by a committee, scored against criteria, and approved by procurement. In a small business, it's usually read by one person, the founder or the managing director. And that person is doing two things at once, working out whether the investment makes sense for their stage, and whether they trust you, personally. They often have no procurement framework to lean on, and limited experience buying professional services. They're going on instinct, reputation, and whether your proposal simply makes sense to them. So your job is not to demonstrate process rigor. Your job is to build confidence. Which leads to the first practical rule: keep it shorter than you think. A well-written 4-page proposal will outperform a comprehensive 10-page document for almost every SMB client. Because the longer the proposal, the more time it takes to read and approve, and time is exactly what a small business owner has least of. So include only what supports the decision, a short, specific statement of their situation, 2 or 3 paragraphs. Your recommended approach, explained simply. A clear deliverables list. A timeline. Investment and payment terms. One piece of social proof. And clear next steps. Everything else, the detailed methodology, the team profiles, the appendices, is optional. If it doesn't directly help them decide, leave it out. Next, address budget sensitivity directly. Small businesses are budget sensitive out of necessity, not reluctance, so don't hide the price or bury it under an elaborate value case. Deal with cost honestly and early. And here's a technique that works beautifully for SMBs: tiered pricing. Offer a core scope and a fuller scope, at clearly different prices. That turns the decision from a binary yes or no into a genuine choice, which is psychologically much easier to say yes to. And it tells you something useful, too. A client who instantly jumps to the cheapest option may not be ready for the full scope of change the project really needs. You can also offer a smaller first engagement, a discovery session, a strategy sprint, a defined phase 1. That lowers the commitment barrier for an uncertain client, and it gives you a chance to prove your value before they make a bigger investment. Now, social proof, and this matters more than most people realize. For an SMB buyer, a case study from a similar-sized company in a similar sector beats a logo slide of Fortune 500 clients every time. We helped a 15-person marketing agency increase their proposal win rate by 30% in 6 months. Is concrete, relatable, and trust-building. A list of giant enterprise names actually creates distance. It makes the founder think, that's not me, they'll be too expensive or won't care about a client my size. So if you have a testimonial from someone in a comparable role, use it, and keep it specific. We went from writing proposals in 2 days to sending them in 2 hours is far more powerful than I highly recommend their services. Then there's the personal relationship factor, which is huge here. SMB founders buy from people they trust, often as much as from companies they trust. So your proposal should feel personal, not corporate. Write in the first person. Reference the specific things they said to you on the call. Make it obvious you listened and thought about their particular situation. Because a proposal that reads like it was adapted from a template signals you gave it 20 minutes. A proposal that references the exact challenge the founder mentioned signals you were paying attention, and for a small client, attention is a genuine differentiator. Finally, a quick word on pricing models. For most SMB engagements, fixed-price project fees work best because clients with limited budgets need certainty. Day rates create anxiety about escalating costs, the meter's always running. Monthly retainers are great for ongoing relationships but harder to start cold with a brand new client. And whatever you price, be realistic about scope. A 6-week strategy engagement that needs constant founder-level access will hit friction because founders are stretched thin. Right-size the project to what the client can realistically support, and you'll both be happier. So, to bring it together, remember the founder is deciding alone, quickly, on instinct. Keep the proposal short. Address budget head-on, and offer a tier or a small first step. Use social proof from businesses that look like theirs. Make it personal. And price for certainty. Do that, and you'll win the smaller clients that so often turn into loyal, long-term, referring relationships. Let me contrast two approaches so you can feel the difference. Approach 1. A freelancer sends that 10-person startup a 15-page proposal with a full methodology section, an org chart of their team, and a client logo wall featuring 3 multinationals. The founder skims it, feels a vague sense of this is a lot, and never replies. Approach 2. A freelancer sends the same founder a 4-page proposal that opens with, "You mentioned on our call that you're spending 12 hours a week writing proposals by hand and losing deals to slow turnaround. Here's how we fix that." It lists 3 clear deliverables, a 2-week timeline, a fixed price with a smaller phase 1 option, and 1 testimonial from a founder of a similar-sized company. Which one gets signed? The second, every time, because it's short, it's personal, it proves you listened, and it lowers the risk of the first step. And that phase 1 option is doing quiet, powerful work. It lets a nervous founder say yes to something small, experience how good you are, and then expand, instead of having to bet a big budget on a stranger. And that's how to write a proposal for a small business or startup client. If this helped, do hit like and subscribe, it genuinely helps the channel. And I'd love to hear from you, so drop your proposal questions in the comments and I'll answer them. Before you go, take a look at the video showing on screen right now. Chances are you haven't seen it yet, and it's a perfect next watch from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.